But we have just discovered that a Mr. Philip Jones has been running evening classes for 2 years for people who want to make a noise like a Trimphone ringing. He runs them in a school in Scunthorpe, but some of his students come from Bradford and Nottingham to learn how. So if any of our contestants would like some expert advice, Chris went up to Scunthorpe to meet Mr. Jones and find out more about the 13-week course.
First of all, when I get the students into the lecture theatre, I want to see them and see just what they're capable of doing with the lip movement. And at the first week, I'm sort of getting people to go. See, that's just a relaxed sort of sound. That sounds like something like a horse puffing away. But just. And if they can get that in the first night, then I'm quite happy. What we've got to do then is to control that lip movement. So after 6 weeks, they should be having a much more shrill lip movement, which is a... That's the lip sound they need.
6 weeks later?
6 weeks later, they should get the... And then I can concentrate on the whistling.
So having got that initial 6-week period of lip loosening sorted out, then you go on to the second half of the course.
And that's whistling through your teeth, yes, yes.
Supposing anybody has difficulty getting that whistling sound, is there any special technique for teaching them?
It really is. It's your tongue behind your teeth that makes for a good whistling sound. That's the sort of sound that
obviously
yes,
I would need to practice.
It needs a lot of practice, and of course, if people could do it like we're talking now straight away, then I'd be wasting my time for 13 weeks.
And can everybody do it at the end of the course?
Well, no. I'd like to say yes, because I've given a lot of my time over 13 weeks to perfect this for sound. But it's like any teacher or tutor. You'd like to think that all your class were going to pass. Some pass with flying colours. Others, they can make a similar sound to the Trimphone. I don't think they're ever going to do it. There's one chap. Wally French. I think probably because with his false teeth, and he won't. I said that you'd probably be able to get a better sound if you take your teeth out, but he won't. But his lip sound is spray coming out. It makes a mess for the cleaners in this school. But his whistle, he can't get the whistle because of his false teeth. So there's no whistle at all. And when I say, right now, this is the big one, let's see how your finished sound is, it comes out with a... which he thinks is good, bless his heart, but he's one of our older students and mature students.
So he's going to have some extra work, obviously.
I've given him some homework,
yes.
Which is just... and take his teeth out. I think he's probably a little bit embarrassed in front of the class, taking his teeth out here. Mike, what about you? What's your best effort at this stage? Yeah. That's very good. You've got the... Yeah. I think we've probably heard enough of that. You've got your lips. Great. Your cheeks, you're trying to blow out when you should be bringing them in. It's this sort of... It should be a... See how my cheeks are coming in? You're trying to blow out, and I did tell you this in the first lesson. What's your best effort now? Yeah, great. Now, there again, Gordon has got his lips and his cheeks under full control. His whistle is still just a little bit too loud. Right, Pat, now what's your very best effort just now? Pat's not whistling correctly at all. He's got his lip movement right. He hasn't got his cheek muscles under control, but he does tend to laugh. And of course, as he's trying to control his cheek muscles with this sort of sound, if you're all the time going and with this sort of insane grin, to forgive my expression, then you're never going to get it right. And you can see he's away again now. And Roger, what about you, Roger? What's your best effort so far? about your whistle, Roger? Because Roger, as I've said, and I've been saying for weeks, your lip movement and your chin are superb. Whether it's because of your sideburns, I don't know. But Paul, what about what's your best effort? Forgive me for laughing, but can you do it louder? Anybody else that does it like that? Stunned. I think it's just the breath. Yeah, see, he's but we'll see. Now, Wally, what's your best? Again, he's got a breath problem, but I think Wally's main problem, if you can just be serious for a second, Wally's main problem, I think, is his teeth. His lips and his cheeks move perfectly well, but I think possibly because, without being rude about it, I think because of your not having your own teeth in there, Wal, I think that you're blowing out when you should be sucking in. And I've said before, early on in the course, that if you just believe me and believe in me and take your teeth out, possibly not in class, but if you take your teeth out at home, do it in the mirror, because you're making a heck of a mess. Can you just give us one more go? If I can just explain it at the back, the ones that can't see Wally, and let's face it, he's got to have our support. Wally is going like this. Which is not very nice for people in front, particularly if you're on a bus or something like this and you've got the old Trimphone in your pocket. But just give us one more go, Wally, but try and keep the spray... Sorry, just try and keep the spray down to an absolute minimum, but... Yeah. But it's fine, yeah. Well, if you can get with the... Don't forget, moisten lips, and what we're looking for is... You'll have it. Well, Chris, you've sat in on our class here. What about having a go yourself? Well, what do you think about that then, class?
Isn't it wonderful to think there's that kind of class going on in evening schools all over the country? Searle, do you do a Trimphone? Would you like to explain what that is?
That was an impression of a pigeon giving an impression of a Trimphone.
Finally, Searle.
And finally, Esther, Mr. Garner sent me a charming story from the Bucks and Barks Countryside magazine. Nostalgic references to quieter days in the town prompted me to examine my flies for old photographs.
Good night.